Oh, good morning. Good morning. It's Thursday, 9 a.m., so it must be Paul with Priscilla. It's with me. A good friend of mine. Actually, I call her my community godmother. She's been my community godmother now for ever since I was protesting at the Bruce Bowling building. I am so happy to have Miss Jumaada Henry Smith. And Jumaada is into everything. People say I do a lot. Jumaada does probably twice as much as I do. Good morning, Jumaada.
Good morning.
Put your headset on so you can hear.
Let's see. I need to. Can I do it like
Yep,
this?
you can do it like that.
Yes.
How are you this
Good
morning?
morning. I'm wonderful. Thank you. I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yes, you are. Yes,
We
you
all
are.
are, but I don't mind saying it.
You looking beautiful as usual.
Well, thank you for saying that.
So how are you doing?
Well, God is good all the time, not
All
some
the
of the
time.
time.
All the time.
And
He's
there's a
good.
lot going on.
A lot.
I have a lot, on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at a certain phase of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot's going on in the community, which is my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's this man used to say, you see him like that, you see. Yeah, so I'm okay. But we have a lot to think about, elections. And I just saw this, I guess it's a documentary, the 2-hour documentary on Monday night about the busing in South Boston. So, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And, so I'm just kind of got to gear myself up. I'm not down or anything, because I have I'm happy. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to be on with you this morning.
No problem, Jamal. Anytime,
Yeah. And, it's really good to be able to talk freely and say some quotes and things that is okay, and that's scripture, and things like that. And so, yeah, I'm pretty good, but I was going to talk to you about unspeakable joy.
Okay.
So when you have unspeakable joy,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter what happens or what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You can handle it because you believe and you trust, and where
Where your help
comes
comes
from.
from. That's right. That's right.
And I'm just very excited. I'm excited with anticipation of where God has me and where I'm going, the direction I'm going. So one of my daily songs, and I have a testimony about that, which I won't necessarily take time to share. But what I'm playing every day is "The Battle Is the Lord's," and Yolanda Adams, she sings different versions because she does live concerts. So the one that I like very much, I used to sell it at the store in the music department at Anubian Notion, but it's the one with the big white Y, and it says Yolanda in D.C. And when she finishes singing that song, she says, he's good like that,
I love Yolanda Adams.
Yeah,
She's one of my favorites.
So I play that every day. The battle is the Lord's.
Not ours. But I think sometimes we take it on. I think sometimes we take it on because we're so engraved in what we want to do and what we want to see. But like you said, the battle's not ours. It belongs to the Lord.
Yep.
So how have you been otherwise in all your other community activities that you're always involved
Well,
in?
let me say something. A Nubian horizon
Okay.
is on the horizon.
Okay. Okay.
So, with that in mind, I have been, I don't know why, I don't know if I don't want to, I'm just going to say it. I have been telling few people, now I'm starting to tell them, save the date, 12/12. Save the date, 12/12. And I said, and I was thinking about writing something, and if somebody says, for what? Now, what for? I'm going to say, I don't know. You just, like you're one of them, save the date. Because I'm going to do something on that date A Nubian Horizon is going to do something.
Okay.
And, I'm 5 out of 10 children.
Wow.
So my number, one of my favorite numbers is 5. And I had said,
That's the number of grace, I believe.
yeah, 7 is
7
completion.
is completion.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
I got married on 777. But anyway, 5, the reason I'm saying all this is because you asked this one question. So if I get hung up, you just kind of bring me back in. And I'm thinking about when you're not sure, when I'm not sure, and it's a lot to be done, I have to make sure I can do it by myself if I have to. You know what I'm saying? If somebody is promising to do something and they don't come through, when we work in our community, it can be pretty hard because we have a lot going on.
Too
And
much.
it's no excuse, but there's an explanation sometime because you have to deal with this because of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that to say, I say, well, it may be a one-woman show, okay? But it might be Jumaada and Friends.
Okay.
But this is what
That's
I
your
was
birthday.
thinking. That is my birthday, 12/12. But it was given to me to tell him, but save the date, 12/12. Because I want to do it this year, and I want to do it this next quarter. And I'm a for-profit. I'm not nonprofit person. I just can't.
I'm a non-profit and a for-profit.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah,
a good
because
thought.
because
as a business and professional woman, that's something to talk about. I'm excited about this venture. So you're gonna have to mentor me. Okay, you're gonna have to mentor me because what was before is not now. I mean, even the degrees that I have, what I learned, back then.
Yeah.
I may as well go get another one.
I know.
But the basic principles are sound. But anyway, that's where I am. So what I was thinking about is I was going to have like a fundraiser, and I was going to take the proceeds, 50% of the proceeds, and 5 of the 25 organizations that I belong to.
5 of the 25.
Yeah, I was going to give it'll go to them.
Oh, that's
that.
nice.
I don't care, even if it's a little,
Yeah.
But I know how to divide and multiply by 5.
Exactly.
I know by 5 tables. Okay, I was. And
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
we did. We jump rope. That reminds me, I need some double Dutch people. But anyway, and so then I got to thinking about it the other day, and I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't my thinking. I don't like to use that pronoun "my" because I really believe that God directs my path. Trusting God.
Yeah.
You can't just be saying all these things and then not doing it.
Right. Yeah.
And in all thy ways acknowledge God,
Him.
and then God will direct your paths with an S. And so, what I was given to me was, well, do this. If you belong to 25 organizations, have 5 shows, and each show take care of 5 of the organizations. You see, so this I don't know. It may, I don't know. That's just a laying a foundation. Yeah. So I'm very excited. So that's really what's going on with me.
Okay.
I'm still going to embrace our community, and I just love to uplift, inspire. Everything doesn't have to be a lot of frivolity. But not all of education is academic.
That's true.
There's certain ways.
Yeah.
And if we uplift each other and uplift families, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Uplift families, because if the family is okay, then the community will be okay. So that's where I am. So I'm very excited. So you kind of have me on a high. Is that all right to say? I could be high in the Holy Spirit.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Well, I'm late. I'm trying to find pens and pencils, and I was going to write just in case I forgot something, but I'll put it away because I don't know about the visual.
Right.
So I can put it away.
Okay. I was just noticing you just pulling like.
Well, I was sorting. Yeah.
So next Saturday,
the 23rd.
yes, is the Big Head Festival.
Yeah. So I can't hear you. I just hear you from.
You can't hear me? You can't hear
Yeah,
me
but
in
I'm
your
not
ear?
hearing you through the earphones.
No?
No,
I
you
hear
all.
you through my earphones.
Yeah, but I can't hear you. I'm just talking to you. I hope my mic is on and everything.
Yeah,
Is
your
that
mic's on. Cause I
yeah,
can hear you.
yeah. No, I can't. I'm just talking to you because it's like girlfriend right there. You know. Am I supposed to? Will
You're supposed to
anything?
be able to hear. I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
As long as
Our engineer, Sister Renee, is gonna
okay,
fix
okay,
it.
yeah. So I mean, as long as say we're talking to the audience, it'll be all for naught if I'm not being
No, they can hear you.
okay.
Cause I hear you in my mic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, on the 23rd of September, from 1 o'clock until dusk, at the Museum of the National Center of Afro American Artists at 300 Walnut Avenue in the Rich Roxbury 02119, we are going to have our 11th annual Big Head Community Festival.
That's nice.
And the reason we call it the Big Head.
You took the question out my head. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that piece of artwork is called Eternal Presence. And we have a friend in common, Andrea Manny Payne. And Andrea is from Boston, but she went to Brooklyn and lived for quite a bit. And
About 30 years.
Yeah, she came back home. And one of the things that was interesting to her is the museum. And we could, well, I just, nothing has happened as far as I'm concerned because God's timing is perfect. So I am the chairwoman of the Boston Juneteenth Committee. And Andrea came on board, and we were doing our, we on the 19th of June, it doesn't matter what day that falls on, that is when we have our Juneteenth Emancipation Observance. So one of our goals is to promote the museum.
Right.
And so Andrea was saying that she lived in Brooklyn and they have a Brooklyn festival. And she thought, and she says, when she talks about the museum, people say, oh, you mean the place with the big head? So she thought about naming it the Big Head Festival. So that's what we do. But we always emphasize that the Big Head is the eternal presence by the late John Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We always call it the Blackhead Museum, but that's not the name of it.
Yeah, it's eternal presence.
Wow. And so the 11th year. Wow, that's a long time.
I know. God is good. This is our 11th year. It's hard for me to believe, but I have the records, and it's true.
Yeah, I remember when I met Andrea. I met Andrea the day of Freeze Frame. Remember
what?
Freeze Frame. Remember we did Freeze Frame?
Oh, yeah.
That's when I first met her because we was at the meeting and she got up and spoke and she said, I'm a grant writer. My name is Andrea Payne and I'm a grant writer. And she said some other things. And it's when she was finished, I went over to her and got her card.
I know you did.
2015, that's when I met her.
Tell me what freeze frame was. I forgot.
Freeze frame was a thing that it became Beckma. Remember
Oh,
Diane
okay.
and we were all part of it.
I know, but what was the concept? Why was it called freeze frame?
I don't know. That's the name Diane came up with. I don't know where she got that name from. But that was the name. We met. The first meeting we had was in Roxbury Community College in the Media Arts on the 3rd floor. And then we planned to have the big meeting. And that's where we did flyers and we got everybody filled that room up. Like 600 or 700 people was in that place.
I remember that. It may come to me, but there was something. There was a reason
Something,
for the freeze frame. Yeah,
something had happened. I couldn't remember. I can't
Okay.
remember exactly what it was. Something had happened, but I don't. That was the name that they gave. But then after people went their different ways and they actually got incorporated, they came up with Beckma, Black Economic Council of Massachusetts.
Yes.
So I was a little bit upset because they used Black Economic, but I got over it real quick. So yeah, I was like, why you name it Black Economic? You know that's our name, but what's in the name? But yeah, they're still around. But Beckman's doing pretty good. They really are doing pretty good. They're actually having their annual mass the expo down at the convention center for 2 days.
You know, we as a people, we want to be united, and then we give up everything too. You know, we're extreme on both ends. And I was just listening to what you said. I also kind of have a little legal mind, and you know, there's some people, they would have sued or something. You know, don't use that name.
Yes.
That's the way, you know, that,
Yeah.
and people get, they accomplish. You can't use Kellogg cornflakes.
Well,
you can't
yeah.
use, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So you met Andrea during that time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so she came to work with us. We when we were doing the Blue Hill Corridor Planning Commission, she came to work with us, and we were trying to get things done along Blue Hill Ave. And we did get a couple of things done. We were able to stop the liquor store from coming in. We were able to shut down Stop and Shop because of the rodents, and then we helped Frank Thompson.
Oh, I remember that.
They had mice and stuff running around and Stop and Shop, and they had to close it down because they told the people, if you don't, clean up, we're gonna shut you down. And I guess they didn't feel like they had to clean the place up. And there was so many testimonies about people who had went in that store. One woman said she went in there, picked up the loaf of bread, and the bread moved. And I said, you all would have heard me all the way to New Orleans Square if I pick up something and it moves in the store. And then there was another woman.
Tito was working with that at the time, right?
Was
Tito
Tito?
Jackson.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
think,
that
yeah,
because the
yeah.
Golden Ears of Freedom House. You know,
Do you all still go work over there?
absolutely. This is the oldest senior group in the city of Boston, the Golden Ears. I'm still. That's one of my. I'm the Golden.
I know that's
I've
one of
been-
your fives.
the-
I know, yeah.
The coordinator is supposed to be the coordinator for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been the coordinator for 12.
Wow.
So
They're
we're
not gonna let
voting.
you go.
No, yes they are, because we're voting at our next meeting, not the meeting, next meeting after next. And so it's okay if we get another coordinator. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want the organization to be treated with love, because some people have agendas when anything
They
that we
join.
belong
Well,
to, they don't love. Everything that I do is like an assignment.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I stay prayed up. My mother used to say that. She used to say, store your prayers. I said, Mama, I've never heard anybody storing their prayers. But I've heard people say that they stay prayed up.
Yeah, yeah.
But when people say, how do you do it? Or I'm not just joining stuff just to be joining.
Right.
These are spiritual assignments. And not everyone goes around with a clergy collar, but you can be, you're not trying to be Christ, but you could be Christ-like.
That's right.
You could have the mind of Christ. And a lot of us in the community, we're not going to assemble where you hear good versus, this, that, and the other. Maybe we'll go to a funeral, maybe. And so it's just good for us all to be together amongst each other and try to do what's right and just. Yeah. So that's where my head is.
So you brought your book with you?
Well, the reason I brought this, I didn't know whether you can see it or not, but I feel so comfortable and relaxed with you. I feel like we're at the house. We can have some tea and everything. So I'm not understanding the format. But
Well, we can't have no tea in here. Not in here.
I don't know. I don't
Because
want to.
I always try to make my guests feel comfortable, like we're just, because that's what it is. It's a conversation. We're having a
Right.
conversation
Right.
that we're relaying out to the community. And if people want to call us, you're welcome. 617-282-0685. 617-282-0685. And I want to thank my lovely engineer this morning, Miss Renee Wise. She is here, and I appreciate her being here. She's holding it down, as she always does. So what's up with the festival this year,
So
Jumaada?
we have a theme. Every year we have a theme. This year the theme is the city that sways together, stays together.
I know where that theme came from, but go ahead.
Yeah, Andrea wanted that. I
Yeah.
kind of wanted the word community rather than city. However, that's what I love about the Boston Juneteenth Committee. We have a good time, and we we roll up our sleeves. Everybody has their own little personalities and stuff. But
Get it done.
we go through the process
Yeah.
and we vote. So everybody, the majority won, and it was to keep it with the city. I just felt like that was so broad. But anyway, we're the city that sways, and what Andrea was saying is, coming out of COVID, and things like that. There's not enough movement going on. And she was just thinking about movement. And we thought, we always think about the arts,
Right,
with the
right,
museum. We
right,
think
yep.
about the arts, the visual arts, the performing arts. And then all the brains started clicking, because it doesn't just have to be dance. It doesn't have to be martial arts, which it's going to be. But you can move with your mind. You can move with the spoken word. We're going to have rap, we're gonna have jazz, we're gonna have lovely Hoffman,
Yeah, she's
we're
wonderful.
going
I
to
love
have
her.
the Fred Woodard Jazz Trio. We're going to have that's why I was trying to get my notes, because I don't want to forget anything, because I get excited. We're going to have Lady Lee
Okay.
with the reggae. We're going to have the Jaja drummers. We're going to have Origination.
Okay.
We're going to have Osa the rapper. Do you know Osa the rapper?
Maybe if I see him.
Yeah. And so it's kind of like those are some of the things. And we're doing something that we have never done before. We are going to give an award. And I'm looking for my notes in the fact, because I want to, because it's the first time. This is the name of the award. It is the Lifetime Award in Black Dance. We're going to give, because this year it's more about dance, and we're going to do different types of art, and so forth. And this year it's dance. So at the 11th Annual Big Head Community Festival, the National Center of Afro-American Artists and the Boston Juneteenth Committee are pleased to present the 2023 Lifetime Award in Black Dance to Diama Battle, founder and artistic director of Art of Black Dance and Music, for increasing appreciation and knowledge of African diasporan dance through performance, teaching, international travel, and exchanges. Over decades of devoted work with multiple generations, Diama Battle has demonstrated this year's festival theme: the city that sways together stays together.
Okay.
And so that's what we're going to do. And, I was at Frugal Bookstore the other day, and I was, getting them to take these for us. And this guy says, oh, she's going to be there. And he started talking about when he was incarcerated. She would come out to the prison. See, that was something I never even heard.
Right.
But, she's just has been evidently just a positive, motivating force for many. Yeah. So we're going to honor her. And we're excited.
I'm excited too. I'll be a vendor.
Are you vending? Oh, good. We're going to vend. We're going to have retail vendors and with information also. We're going to have, oh boy, we've had little face painting before, but one of the sisters is going to do, for the little girls, nail painting. I says, what? So it's going to be, I said, I make sure the product is good for the little, but anyway, she's going to be nail painting, and then they're going to do artwork. We're going to have workshops. Inside it, we're going to do storytelling inside the museum. And, oh my goodness, I should have had a checklist. We're going to have, I love this one, laughing yoga. I like them all. But Renee Jolly, she's been doing it for years for us, and she's a certified yoga, blah, blah. She owns the Montessori school, Renee. And she does laughing yoga, and she tells you about different types when she has the audience participating, and you go, you do all kinds of different. I love it. But we're gonna have a laughing yoga workshop. We're gonna have an entrepreneur workshop by Marie.
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah.
We're going to have there's a organization called, and I belong to it too. The Friends of Crispus Addicts Association. And their goal is, historically, all we find out is in our history books, there's barely a paragraph, maybe 3 sentences and so forth, that the first person to die, the martyr, during the Revolutionary War in Boston was Crispus Attucks. And so they want to wake the town and tell the people, the city, the Commonwealth, and the United States. But first things first. But it's all about Crispus Attucks. Why? Why not only just talk about him, but why do something regarding him? So we're going to have a little presentation type. It's not going to be a lecture, but it's going to be a nice little talk about Crispus Attucks. Oh my goodness, we have another thing. This lady, she does something about the A train. And she educates the young people, which I'm going to stand right in line, about the Harlem Renaissance. And she takes different parts, different artists from sometimes she just because it's going to only be about 45 minutes long, she's going to just hone in on maybe 1 or 2 artists, and it may be Zora Neale Hurston. It may be, and she'll do different things according. She's just going to do it, but it is something that's called Take the A Train, and it has to do with the Harlem Renaissance, and she'll be working. She did it at the Nubian Square Library, and it was for I think 9 to 14-year-olders or 8 to 14-year-olders, something like that. But she's gonna, do that. And
y'all got a lot going on, huh?
Yes, we do. Yeah, because
good.
It's a festival.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
It's gonna be fun, and we're gonna have music with DJ doing some good sound. And I didn't name all of the participants, but everybody can come out. You can bring your lawn chairs. We'll have some chairs out there, but they can bring their lawn chairs, And
so it's just a nice day of festivities.
It's a nice day, and I looked, and according to man, the weather report is not going to be any rain on that day. So it's going to be a great day because it's not going to be too hot. It's going to be like
a nice fall day. I love fall. That's my favorite season.
I like the warm weather.
Yeah,
I like spring.
I like fall.
Yeah, I like spring. I wrote a poem about that spring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I memorized it so I could say it.
I know. I was going to say, well.
Oh, man. In fact, I was the poet of the day in the city of Boston for my little poem. I'll get it to you soon, one day. But the title of it is something about I like the spring. It is really simple. It's not like long, big words. It's not giraffe and elephant. It's just cat and dog. Just like it's got a nice little beat. But really, I took a little course, and we did different things, and then we had to write out poems and things like that. And I presented this poem, and so it made it. Probably everybody made it in the class.
I know. Sometimes I know classes. They especially if it's competition, they like they don't like to see kids compete, especially when they're little.
Yeah.
And they
well,
give
no,
everybody.
I did this not long ago. This is
recently?
yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, I did this about shoot. I'm proud of my poem. This is about maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, it was with the Age Strong Commission.
Oh, okay.
It was with the Age Strong Commission, So, and I was I served on that, Age Friendly and Age Strong.
Yeah.
You know, we changed the name instead of
Oh,
it
you
being
all
called.
changed the name?
Yes.
Every name, all them names got changed.
Well,
But I used to work for them.
instead of calling it the
Elderly
elderly
Commission,
because
yeah.
you know that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're rebranding because you know who's that says age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah.
But that's true. It's more. It is more than that.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
But yeah, when I first went to work for the city, I worked in the Age Strong. It was the Elderly Commission back then.
Age Strong
in the
Commission.
90s, early 90s.
Mhm.
Yeah. But they changed a lot of names in City Hall. But I like Age Strong. That's good.
Yeah.
Better than elderly, seniors.
Well, people, have this negative thumbs down. They
OG.
laugh at. Oh, we're gonna have the original gentleman. They're gonna perform. They're gonna do some, doo-wop or something. The OGs. Have you ever seen that group?
Probably,
It's a group of. They're
older
not.
gentlemen.
They're older gentlemen. That's not the name though. They're
Oh.
the original gentlemen. That's what their
Okay.
name is. But they do sing. They're going to be good. I've heard them perform before. Yeah, I forgot about that group.
Wow, you got a lot of folks showing up. Should be a
Yeah.
nice
So
event.
that way people could come and, enjoy. It's just going to be on. Oh, did I say about the martial arts?
You mentioned
Demonstrate.
the
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
in the origination dancing. So, yes, that's the lady on the back that's gonna get the award.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm just trying to see if I have forgotten anything. Spoken word, music from jazz to hip hop. Yeah. A day of entertainment and education. And also just, church, we call it,
Fellowship.
we say
Fellowship,
fellowship,
yeah.
but just plain old, and that's what we need. And you know what I like about the Boston Juneteenth Committee and the National Center, that I call it a marriage. Like when we give our Juneteenth emancipation observance, some things you go to, they're so snooty patooty, and boo boo shee shee, and just certain people can go. And then some things you go to, it's like it's so down home and ridiculous. People are from all walks of life,
Yes.
all income,
Yes.
all education. Nobody is too high and no one is too low. And it's everybody, they come in happy and they leave out happy.
Yeah. It's a
Looking
nice
for next
event.
time. So
Yeah.
that's what I love about it.
Yeah, I like it too. I like community. I like the Juneteenth event, and I like the Big Head Festival. I was so proud of our parade this year.
Yeah.
Remember the first one we did?
Well, I was, why I wanted that parade last year? Because I wanted to give God the glory. Because, I'm a historian. And, Juneteenth, as a matter of fact, I was in Texas and I was in the group, the committee to make that state, make it a holiday. And, that was the first state. And then we observed it, but we didn't make it a holiday. And so, I used to know the history now of how many states so far. And I was praying for more states, to make it become a holiday. Not only a holiday, even just a recognition, a day of observance, right? I look up and I said, look at God. He will do exceedingly abundantly more.
Above all we can
I
ask or
looked
think.
up, and the next thing I knew, people were getting off from work because the 19th fell on a Sunday. And so people got off on Monday with pay.
Yeah.
See, that gets everybody's attention. And I was so happy. I said, you know what? We're going to have just a little parade. I just want to have it.
Yeah.
That song says, I only meant just to wet my feet. But you pulled me in where the waters of love are deep. And I just meant to wet my feet as far as just having the parade one time.
But then
Man, when we got back this year, let's have a parade. And boy, people were pumped up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it did. It was wonderful. And for the first time, we had, the person who created the Juneteenth flag, the national, there's a national organization and everything. And the person, his name is Boston Ben. And he's really from Connecticut, but he was here for like 40 years. And Ben is back, but he came. And we had the flag raising. Did you participate at that? It was at the Dillaway Thomas House.
I got there. Y'all had raised it already, but I was there.
Yes, we did the flap. Listen, to tell you the truth, we had three events in one day. We had, because that within itself was bad.
The
You
cake,
know what I'm saying? Old school
the icing
bad.
on the cake, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That was a
then-
nice parade. It was a
And
nice
then
turnout.
then this year we started the parade from there, which really
yeah.
opened it up wide.
Yep.
John Elliott Square.
Yep. I was there.
And you know what? When I talked about the route, when we talked about the route, or the route, however anyone says it, you go down John Elliott Square to the bottom, and I was describing you face, which I'm a member of the Veterans and Friends of Gordine Memorial Park. That statue, that park, it's a little park, but it's an outside museum. And
nice.
it's recognizing that African American veterans served in every war in the country. And so if you all haven't gone down there yet, the B2 station is over this way,
And the park was right across the street.
and the Silver Slip is over here, and the Memorial Park is right there.
Yeah, you
So
can't
when
miss it.
you come down John Elliott Square, and there's the park, you take a left on that little short street, take a right at Malcolm X Boulevard. Check out this history. Take a right at Malcolm X Boulevard, and you cross Washington, and you pass the Nubian Library. Oh, wait a minute. You say Nubian
Yeah.
Station's on the left. You pass what we call the Nubian Library. You turn right, go to the Boys and Girls Club, pass the Boys and Girls Club, take a right on Walnut Ave, and then just go straight to the museum. And that's the parade route. But I like sticking my little finger there. And you cross Dale Street where Malcolm X's
Yeah.
sister lived. That's Brother Malcolm used to, come all the time to my
Right on
father's
Dale
shop.
Street. Yep.
No, but he used
No.
to come to my father's barber shop all the time.
on Humble Ave.
Yeah, not at 67. Eminent Domain took our property. We were at 84 on Townsend. We're
Eminent
saying,
Domain took a lot of people's property. Really.
Well,
When you think about it.
yeah, but I was talking to someone yesterday, and she was telling me what they created was Marksdale. They
housing
Yeah. Now I
complex,
know. May he rest in peace. He used to call it what's his name? Dan Richardson. He called it urban removal instead of urban renewal.
Yeah.
But for some, it did a good job. For some. But I know one thing: our house was torn down. And I just hated that I can't show my children where I used to live and my grandchildren and my 3 great-grandchildren. I can't show them, And those are the things that happen to us. We lose all of our history. I notice, like when say a police officer, someone dies, they go to say so and so, and they were baptized here, made the first Holy Communion, Holy Confirmation, got married. Everything is still in place. Everything we have it has to be taken away.
Scattered, stolen, taken,
So
whatever. By any means, they just
Well,
basically
Well,
took it.
but
That's
anyway.
what they did. They took it.
Well, I can say my schools. I went to the David A. Ellis.
I went to David Ellis too.
First, second, third, the fourth,
Yep.
fifth, and sixth. I went to the
To
Henry L. Higginson.
Yep.
The seventh, eighth, and ninth. I went to the Lewis Junior
I
High.
didn't go to Lewis. I
And-
moved.
Well, see, all those was, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
and then I went to the Jeremiah E. Burke High School for Girls, and that was
I went
10th,
to
11th,
girls
and
trade.
12th.
I went to girls trade and I got kicked out.
You got kicked out of school.
Yeah.
Why?
But I went back because I was bad.
Why were you bad, Priscilla?
Because I had problems. I had issues. I was
Okay.
going through some stuff.
Yeah, that's what people don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
There's something wrong.
Yeah.
You have to, with a child and really with an adult. People don't. That's why compassion is so important. You know,
But I did go back
you
to
can't
school.
mistreat people.
And I do have my master's in education, so.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I went back, so.
Yeah.
But,
But
yeah. At the time, hey, that was life. You
Well,
read my book.
I sure did read your book. What's the name of your book?
I
For
look
people-
back and wonder how I
got over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but by God. Yeah, so. But yeah, so we grew up in the same area
Where did you grow up?
on Corliss Street, and then I moved into Orchard Park.
So
No,
see,
I lived on West Walnut Park before I moved to Orchard
but
Park.
you see, I don't understand. That. See, when I was growing up, my mother, if she couldn't see you out that window, you had to come back in the house. And so,
Yeah.
I didn't have much exposure.
I
You know,
didn't either.
But my parents migrated here during the Great Migration.
Mm-hmm.
And they migrated from Texas
Okay.
and the 40s. And my father came up first. My father was a master barber in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And my father came to Boston and got his license and everything. He bought the house, and he was in his shop, was at Mass and Columbus Ave. You know where Wally's is?
Mm-hmm.
You remember seeing a barber pole there? They took it down, I don't know how long ago, but they just took that down about 4 or 5 years ago. That was my father's barber shop.
On Tremont or Columbus?
Mass and Columbus, isn't it? Mass and Columbus.
Yeah. I think. What was the
Wally's-
name of it? What was the name of your father's barbershop?
Listen, my father had this barbershop in Texas. Now, he was only 20 years old. And not only that, you saw the movie The Green Book? The shop was in the Green Book, where the black people, when they're traveling, where they could go. Now, listen at this. The name of my father's barbershop was Beau Brummel Tonsorial Emporium.
What?
That was the name of it in Boston. And then he put Nubian in there, so it was Beau Nubian Brummel Tonsorial Emporium.
Wow.
And when people there, most of them may be deceased now, but when people see my face and stuff, they call me Beau Brummel, because they, where some people might say, oh, Nubian Notion, And other people say Beau Brummel, because that was the barber shop. Yeah. So I don't know. I was just saying all that to say that, life goes on. And that's why I love the way, like Sister Paula, she's on the committee, Paula Core. Mm-hmm. And she talks about the ancestors.
All the time.
And praying for the ancestors and everything. I think it's important. I think it's important that that we always, appreciate, how we sing this song, we've come by this far by faith.
Yeah.
But the ancestors came this far by faith. Mm-hmm. And so we always should honor them, recognize them, give them credit.
Of course, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And some of us had different journeys, so we just... we have to pick up our bootstraps, right? They say.
Yeah, who did you write? You didn't write a book, I wouldn't take nothing from my journey. Who wrote that?
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe I'm getting ready to write it.
Maybe.
Listen,
you never know.
this is a hot off the press announcement. It's gonna be, there was a Broadway show, and they said it was the longest naming Broadway show. Mm-hmm. It was called Stop the World, I Want to Get Off.
I've heard that
I'm going to have the longest, it may not be Broadway, this and that, what might be my production. Nobody better not take it either.
You better not tell it if you don't want to take it.
Oh, okay. Maybe I
you
better
better
not.
keep it to yourself. All
right, I'm going to say this.
Especially if it ain't copywritten.
It's about 15 words. I would give you the first word of every one. Okay. UNCF.
And what's that? The name of your book? The
first
first
letter
letter.
of the
Lord have
in the end of it, I'll give you a hint because did you hear UNCF?
Yeah.
What is that? When you hear UNCF, what do you think?
United Nations.
Oh no,
No.
no.
What? That's what I think. United
Think
Nations.
again. Think again. UNCF. UNCF.
United Negro College Fund.
Correct. You get an A. I'm gonna give you $1. Yep. The end
Yeah.
of it is United Negro College Fund.
Fund.
And I'll tell you the beginning starts with an A, and the M is a mind.
It's a terrible thing to waste. It's also a terrible thing to lose too.
Hold on, I'm giving you some of my title. A mind, and then all that other stuff, UNCF. So that's it. That's the announcement.
Have you started writing the book yet?
I've been writing this book for 20 years. And the Lord that's why I'm trying to announce it, because the Lord, I was sitting up in Wilmington, North Carolina, 5 beaches, having myself a ball. And I said to the Lord, I thought I have to write a book about myself. I said, the book is going to be so big, nobody's going to read it. So then I thought, well, maybe I'm supposed to do a production, because I was having a ball. And, Wilmington, North Carolina is very historic. But another hidden secret is that they do filming there because it's so beautiful. So, honey, I was like an extra in the movies. And you, Priscilla, you know me. They have food for the extras, and then they have food for the stars, right?
You
Where
try to
was
eat the
I?
stars food,
No,
right?
no, you got that word wrong. You don't know me. I wasn't trying.
You was.
I was over there with Cicely, Ben Veree, Macy Gray, Outcast, Big Boy. I was in Idlewild. You know that movie Idlewild? You didn't see it. Well, anyway, I was having a ball. And
well,
so
that's good. That's good.
yeah, so I was figuring. So I guess I'm gonna have to write this book, but I guess I'm gonna put it in the form of a play.
Oh, that'd be nice. My friend's writing the play. Actually, talking about plays, I wanted to mention October the 14th, Hayward Fennell is doing his play.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, Makia's gonna.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna be here. I think I'm gonna be out of town that week.
I forgot the date.
It's October the 14th. That's the date.
Right.
Because she sent it to me, and they're doing something else the first of the year. But yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna. I mean.
Yeah, man, that's another thing, Makia. I'm gonna tell you, Priscilla. That's one of the 25 organizations, our block organization. Do you know the grieving process is something else? Because we buried a child. I buried my son. You know about burying a child. But block, you notice I haven't been to a meeting. I just can't. I'm thinking I got so much to do per se, but in my mind, you know what? I don't want to, because we would be on Zoom most of the time. And Makia and I, we had a connection.
I know y'all used to always try to take over the meetings, but that's
no,
all
we
right.
didn't take over the meetings.
Yes, you did.
But we would crack up. We would crack up. We would just because we could. We were on the same something,
Same page.
And
right.
I just cannot not see her. I just haven't gotten there yet. So yeah.
Well, we with the block is still moving. We're getting ready to do a Candace forum on the 11th.
I saw that.
Also, we're doing one on the 25th with all the at large. But we couldn't just. Maybe that's why Diane hasn't been forthcoming either.
Yeah.
Because of it hurt me, but I had to.
You
keep
do
going.
have to keep going.
I couldn't just stop. And
but,
so we're moving. We have a couple of new board members, and we're still but that hit me right here in my heart.
Yeah,
right there.
And that day we have to wrap it up.
Yeah. So
okay, I was just gonna say the day that we were having the event.
I know.
I was on my way.
I know.
All right.
Well, listen, people. Next Saturday, September 23rd, come to the Big Head Festival. It's going to be wonderful time. Food, friends, family.
300 Walnut Avenue in Roxbury.
300 Walnut Avenue.
National Center for Afro-American Artists.
Thank you. We'll see you next week. Same time, same channel. God is good all the time.